All right, we'll do it in the same order, but we'll now talk about managers. So we'll go from Inter. Amy, tell us what happened at Inter and how you feel, and then we'll talk about the others as well and what it could mean for next year. And then after that, we got to move on to the thoughts, guys. So let's
I'll go quickly.
Yeah.
Basically, when I first started reading it, I think it was early in the morning, and I already knew I think Di Marzio started reporting it, then Romano I think said it. I can't remember exactly the order, but basically, when I read it, I was like, "This is gonna completely destroy us for the next few seasons." It's not that firing Conte is a mistake, in my opinion. Of course, you're cutting a project short. Conte, of course, 91 points, as I said before, can't complain at all. But it's the fact that you're basically cutting off ambition. You're basically going back to saying, we're here to compete, but not really, basically. Where you start now to look at selling players. We got someone like Inzaghi. It looks like, I don't know if anything's official yet.
Yeah, I think Inzaghi's official.
It's official.
Inzaghi, he was announced by Inter,
it's not. He
announced that he's leaving Lazio, so more or less. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I mean, maybe Inter hasn't posted it yet, but
he called Lukaku apparently.
I spoke with Zang. He told me that they would announce him this week.
Okay.
Apparently today he called Lukaku.
Okay.
Anyways,
I feel like even someone, now I read Sarri is going to Lazio. Even someone like Sarri, in my opinion, would have been a better option. But I guess if you look at what Sarri is like, how he plays, and considering we don't have any money, you couldn't have made a revolution to fit Sarri's system, let's say. So I guess in the end, Inzaghi is the best compromise, I guess. I think we're very quick to forget how last season he was basically Juve's main opponent till, of course, the pandemic hit Serie and stopped everything. Also, he managed to actually perform in UCL, unlike Conte or Spalletti, let's say. So I guess for next season, it will mostly depend on how many players we keep. That's my biggest worry, let's say.
Yeah.
Biggest fear. One thing I can promise you, Amy, is I actually think in a way he's a budget Conte, because he's a 3-5-2 merchant. He's a 3-5-2 one-trick pony, but he also has a kind of winning mentality. And he sets up a 3-5-2 differently for different games. It's always the same formation, right? But they play differently based on opponent. And they know how to play nice football with a 3-5-2. Both managers know how to play nice attacking football with a 3-5-2. So that's why I think he's actually a pretty good appointment for Inter. I think they did a pretty good deal, especially since it fits the project of cutting costs. Just in that context, I think it's a really good hire. And I'm really sad that we lost him, but I really wish him well at Inter, because what famous saying is, il laziale è un signore, we're gentlemen, so I can do nothing but wish the best.
I have a hard time agreeing with that,
me.
Yes. Right, let's move on to Milan. And Luca, do you want to tell us something about Pioli and how you feel about Pioli staying?
Yeah, I think I already kind of said it before. I think he deserves it, definitely. There's moments where he doesn't convince me as a top coach, and I do still see him as that kind of bridge to a next top-level manager, kind of like Spalletti was for Inter. But I think it's right that he was confirmed for this season. It wouldn't have been right to, he worked so hard to get us into the Champions League, to take that away from him. So I'm confident in what he's done. I just think he also needs to reflect on his season a bit and see what did I do wrong in those games where we just completely outclassed and I couldn't react at all. Since the Milan discussion is pretty short, just wanted to quickly say we could be looking at the best Serie A season in the past 10 years as a minimum, considering how many top-level managers we have in Serie A right now. If Sarri actually gets confirmed to Lazio, Spalletti Napoli, Mourinho Roma, hopefully Pirlo goes to Sassuolo, that would also be nice. Juric is at Torino, hopefully we can see them go up a bit. Gattuso to Fiorentina, Max Allegri, of course, returning to Juve. Just wanted to say that because I'm really happy about that. And also, I think this would have been the season to change Serie A to 18 teams. Because I'm sorry, but with all these great managerial changes coming in, I don't want to see teams like Salernitana, Venezia in Serie A. I think it's a waste, and once again we're gonna have that kind of no man's land in the middle of the table where teams are just not doing anything. And yeah, so hopefully Lega Serie A can feed
all
cheek
our, all our
can serve
fans from that area are really pissed off right now.
No,
Amy,
I mean,
before-
respect to the teams. They
Yeah,
deserve Serie A, right? But when you think about it, like Salernitana, do they really need to be in Serie A?
Actually, I kind of disagree. Like, look at Benevento this season. They took what 4 points from
Spezia
Juve.
more than Benevento.
No,
Yeah,
Amy, but
Spezia-
what I'm
Benevento, I
saying,
hate
think
them. Why did they have to win only against us?
No, I mean, like
think if there were
Spezia
18 teams, though.
stayed in Serie A.
Look at the last two teams. They have 23 and 20 points, Crotone and Parma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be all like it would be very different. Like it's not like you just.
Yeah,
win
it
with
would
the
be
final
different,
two.
but yeah, of course it would be different. But I think still, we were saying it so many times this season. Like there's Sampdoria, there's Sassuolo, which was surprisingly up with the top teams. Then you have Sampdoria and a complete no man's land, 52 points. Their season ended at the 18th day of Serie A, 18th giornata, pretty much. They knew they weren't going to get Europe. They knew they weren't going to get relegated.
that's
Same
true
as
for other
Hellas,
teams as well.
Same as Genoa, same as Bologna.
No,
not really.
Genoa did with
Genoa,
Ballardini.
Genoa, yeah.
More
you're right.
like
I feel like
Hellas,
that-
I would say.
Also
that could
Udinese,
happen also.
yeah.
I feel like that could happen also with 18 teams. No.
But if you have 18 teams and 3 relegations, it's much tighter, you know?
That's what
Okay,
Germany
fair enough.
does.
Yeah.
all right.
By the way,
alright, that's just
remember
my
I
personal
predicted
opinion.
Genoa to do the biggest improvement, and you guys said Fiorentina.
Yep, we'll talk about that in just a second. I just wanted to add. By the way, just a literally quick fire question, just yes or no. I don't even want to hear your reasoning. If Sarri does go to Lazio, does that mean that Milan has the worst coach out of the top 7 teams? Luca, yes or no?
Give me a sec.
Quick fire.
Yeah,
On paper, yes. On paper,
Johnny,
yes.
Well, yes. I mean, we had Pioli at Lazio too. I'd say yes.
Ricky.
It's a hard question to answer just with a yes or a no, but I agree with Luca. On paper, yes, but that doesn't mean anything. So I'm
Amy?
just going to say that.
Yeah, exactly the same as Ricky. On paper, yes, but doesn't mean much.
Fair enough. All right, we'll move on to just very quickly talk to us about Juve, but you did mention the fact that the project was cut short. Does anybody else have anything to say about Allegri returning to Juve?
I just wanted to quickly say it's going to be interesting what they do with Ronaldo and Dybala.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen there.
I know that I've heard that they want Dybala like as the main. Not as the main, but as an important player for Allegri. And I don't know then how much it's true of this, but that Ronaldo didn't have this great feeling with Allegri. But then those are just news like that. Yeah, we don't really know. I said it before what I think about the manager situation. I'm not saying that I am completely desperate for Allegri coming back. I obviously hope that he can do well, and as we said before, he gives that confidence to the environment. But like, to be honest, as we say in Italian, the minestrina riscaldata. If it was Zidane, I would have been super happy, and that would have been really, really interesting to see. But Allegri, we'll see.
The thing is, Allegri wins, and I rate personally Allegri higher than Conte. So
yeah,
I feel like
we'll see. It's strange and interesting at the same time. Yeah. We'll see.
All right, we'll move on to Lazio, and then we'll quickly talk about Napoli and Roma. Atalanta we'll talk about another time, but then we'll talk about, as I said, we'll move on to Lazio. Johnny tells us something. We'll talk about just a tad about Napoli, Roma, and then I think we should just move on to thoughts because we're 40 minutes in. All right, Jonathan, tell us about Lazio's managerial situation. You're sad.
More Sarri. Inzaghi already mentioned him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get an opinion about
like our
Sarri.
two options are either Sarri or Italiano, so Spezia's coach. Apparently, he had like a 4-hour-long meeting with Lotito or something yesterday. So, and then today, Tare invaded Sarri's house, according to Di Marzio. Yeah, he literally tweeted something like "Blitz." Like I can imagine Tare and his like Albanian buddies just entering Sarri's house, really like a mafia TV show style. But anyway, well, it's looking like we can get Sarri, and you know what? I think it means that Lotito has money to spend because no way Sarri's saying, "Okay, I'm gonna come. We're gonna get another Muric, another useless left back like we do every year, the tradition, and you're gonna be paying me 3 million." I don't think so. I think he's gonna get a good salary. I think he's promising some good money, and I think maybe it's no coincidence that he has to sell Salernitana. Perhaps he decided to spend the Salernitana money. I don't know.
All right, guys. Yeah, go on.
Quick question: do you think he's an upgrade over Inzaghi?
Before I touch on that, I want to say one more thing. Why I think this move is true is that remember before Lotito tried to sign Bielsa in 2016, and he offered him 3 million a season back then, which was crazy because this is 2016.
I remember. Then he went to Marsiglia.
Yeah. Because then apparently we didn't get the players he wanted or something. But anyway, the thing is, like already in 2016, Lotito showed that he had the ambition to one day spend big on a manager, and that's what I think he's doing now. So that's the way I see it. And whether he's an upgrade or not, I think I don't know. I do not think he's an upgrade, but I think he's something different, and we'll see how it goes. And he's something different, but in all of his last seasons, he did really well. In Chelsea, got like third place, right?
He won a European trophy.
Yeah, true. He's probably an upgrade. Like in Chelsea, got third place, right, or something like that.
Yeah, Chelsea. They were top 4. I'm not sure.
Conte,
exactly
I think he got third or something. And Conte the year before got like 5th or 6th. You have to, and the year after, Sarri came in and he won Europa League and he finished third or something like that.
Yes,
when he went to Juve and he won, you could say, okay, winning at Juve is easy. I don't think so, because when you saw what Pirlo did this year, so Sarri's still a great manager. And there's also what he did at Napoli. So actually, now that you think about it, it's probably an upgrade. But Inzaghi is just like a certainty. You just know that with Inzaghi, you're still going to get Europa League. We're going to be chilling. And Sarri is more exciting. There's a lot more upside and also probably more downside.
But Sarri is surely someone you need. Maybe Juve was an exception, but like I think at Lazio he would definitely need at least from the 2 to 3 years to start, getting results, like better results, and being, I don't know, maybe even for
I think the problem with Lazio is our team, like for Primus right now, like all our core players, which apparently Sarri likes, so probably our midfield, right? He probably really likes Fat Correa, I think, because he wants to play 4-3-3, which
Jorginho, Milinkovic, Luis Alberto, it's nice, huh?
Bro, Jorginho just won Champions League. What's he gonna do at Lazio?
Oh, he's gonna follow.
But I know
that he's gonna call him, and
Inzaghi agreed with Lotito, like a replacement for Lucas Leiva. So we're going to get that for sure. And I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens. But we're going to be playing 4-3-3, which is good. We're going to need a right winger, or maybe Lads replaces a right winger. That's also a possibility when we buy a right back. I don't know. But it's going to be a very interesting summer for Lazio. A big change to the team. But the core will remain intact. So that's what's important. But our players are all terrible anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, and then guys, let's throw some comments in for Napoli and Roma. So Roma getting Mourinho, sending away Fonseca. How do you see that? Do you see Mourinho as someone who can actually do something interesting, or is he a bit washed up? Because he hasn't been good for a while, I think. Someone just jump
Mourinho,
in.
No, Mourinho, I think in Italy, it's the best place for him to go. I think his tactics aren't... it's not maybe his tactics themselves, but the UK and Premier League, I think tactics are less important than in Italy. And I watched an interview with Kane and Gary. Was it Gary Neville? Yeah, the other day, and they were talking about Mourinho, and Kane just kind of said that Mourinho didn't really fit into the philosophy of the club, and that was the main issue. And he had a lot of pressure on him as well. I think he goes to a club like Roma. They just finished 7th. He's gonna do better than this season, no matter what. I think. Yeah. Like if he doesn't, then I'm ready to say, okay, Mourinho's done as a manager. If Mourinho doesn't get 60, if he doesn't get more than 62 points and better than Conference League this year, then okay, then it's over. But I think he's going to do better. Maybe he's going to need some time, but in Italy, I think he's going to do well.
There's one thing I'm going to say that's important about Roma is you have to consider. Last summer we didn't spend anything, sure, but this year they already like offloaded a ton of players. If we're going to offload more, Mkhitaryan's going to go. We're probably going to sell, Kluivert or Under, JK. We're basically offloading a ton of wages for Mourinho to come in, and now it's time for Friedkins to put in a ton of money and get him a lot of good players.
Yeah, Under is leaving. I think Kluivert, Mourinho really liked him already when he was coaching Manchester.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, and then Zaniolo is going to be back, and Mourinho also wanted to bring him to Spurs, so he really likes Zaniolo. They're going to need to get a new striker, that's for sure.
So I think we're going to spend a ton of money. I think we're going to have a really good team, and unfortunately, I see them finishing top 4 next year, but we'll see.
Who do you think drops out?
I think
even
Milan.
considering what Luca said, like better than 62 and better than conference. Who do you think like drops it? Even to 7th, let's say.
I know. I think Milan's not going to get Champions League again because they're going to be playing in Champions League, right? It's a lot harder for them, and I think other teams are doing crazy upgrades. We need to see what Milan does because Milan's losing Donnarumma, and you have to consider how many points you want them.
I'm convinced. I am literally convinced one team will go down if they don't actually buy someone good. Atalanta.
True.
Atalanta's going anywhere.
Their famous, as Johnny says, juice will end.
I am convinced.
Let's say
I think more players can have a fight with Gasperino.
This is a disclaimer. Arda has been saying this since like 2017.
Yeah,
Atalanta would drop off the next season.
Yeah,
but Atalanta always does really good purchases. I think
the thing is,
see what they do.
This is my prediction.
Now they say Ilicic will go away, but they have like Miranchuk that I think he will be very good maybe next year.
They have 600
Atalanta probably has a ton of money, right? Did you guys see Atalanta's wage bill? I swear it's like mid-table level. It's like low mid-table level.
50 mil.
The highest salary in the team is 2 million euros. Players like starters are making like I think for midfielders, all of our starters in midfield are on 0.8 million a year, and they get Champions League every year. Imagine, think about how much money we're making.
To be fair, it's Freud and Veron. Like I don't think even if they
win. But no. But come on, we're making Champions League every year, and for 2 starters in midfield are on less than 1 million a year. It's crazy.
Amy, what was your prediction?
My prediction was that Atalanta will start the year off like really poorly, probably get through the Champions League group, but probably be somewhere around 7th, 6th, maybe even lower. And then, as they always do in the second half of the season, they're just going to ramp it up and probably fight for top 4 again. So that's what I think is going to happen next season.
I mean, yeah, someone needs to drop out because also like Napoli, Spalletti, everywhere he's gone, he's gone in Champions League. I think there's some crazy statistic. Now I don't remember it, but almost all of his past seasons, even with Udinese, he brought Udinese into the Champions League. And I don't know, either Napoli, I see like Spalletti bringing them to 2nd, 3rd place, or just like total failure and he's sacked after like 15 games.
Yeah, I think the thing is you have to consider with such big changes, at least 2 of these teams will implode.
I think.
Think about it.
Yeah, God, I hope it's not us.
Yeah, I really hope it's not us too.
Like, I think at least 2 of the top 7 will implode. Maybe even 3, At least 2 will implode for sure.